Megan, quick question. How much wine do you think someone has to drink before they consider themselves a wine expert?
Based on this podcast, about 2 glasses. That's when everyone becomes a wine expert.
That's fair. But if you're buying wine online, you should know about WTSO. Wine Still Sold Out. They're celebrating 20 years this year.
20 years. That's longer than my marriage.
It's way longer than your marriage, actually. Exactly. Their whole thing is flash deals. One wine at a time at seriously good prices.
Okay, so when the wine sells out, that's it.
That's it. It's literally in the name, Wine Still Sold Out. And we're talking bottles from classic wine regions all over the world.
All right. I like the confidence.
They even back it up with a 100% customer satisfaction guarantee. Plus, they run free shipping events and deals all the time.
Free shipping on wine is dangerous information.
Yes, it is. Check them out at WTSO.com and help them celebrate 20 years of wine deals. Hello. Welcome to Kill the Bottle Podcast. Eddie's Mora, a.k.a. the Yum Yum Foodie. And staring at me with gazing eyes is the lovely Megan Elizabeth. Hi, Megan. How are you? Wow, those are really gazing eyes. All of a sudden, you gave me like full-on Megan eyes, I guess I would call them.
I just got an email.
Oh.
I got an email from my job, and it always pisses me off. Dear principals and assistant principals and school staff. Oh, they're talking about, we can talk about all this in a second. Anyway, continue.
Well, it is Kill the Bottle Podcast, and we are sipping on a little something today from our sponsor, WTSO. This is a little, I think, let me see, sorry, it's getting a little reflection. I mean, angle this guy up here. You can barely see it. Anyway, it is a André Chemin Brut traditional Blanc de Noir champagne, Blanc de Noir. So Blanc de Noir means it's a white wine made from noir, so black grapes like Pinot Noir. And this one is made from Pinot Noir. But of course, it's a sparkling white wine. I'm going to put the bottle back here so I don't drop it. So I don't kill it. And it is, so a little bit, you know our sponsor, WTSO. This bottle, before I dive into what it is, normally costs about $80. And on WTSO, it's $29.99. So a little bit of premium sparkling French. Bubblies. Oh, I can go. It's so good. And so it's 100% Pinot Noir champagne. So you may see sometimes bottles that'll say Blanc de Blanc. And what that means, if you're, this is to champagne. I can't speak to anything else. But when it comes to champagne, Blanc de Blanc means it's made from 100% Chardonnay. So 100% white wine grape. Blanc de Noir is made from red wine grapes, but it's still a white wine. So it's gotten 97 points from Decanter. It's a family-owned champagne house since 1948. And it's an independent producer. And where you get more of like the red fruit notes in this champagne versus a Blanc de Blanc, which is have a little bit more citrus and like baked bread and that kind of thing going on. This is freaking delicious, Megan. This might have to go into my New Jersey cellar, my case club, as it says. Anyway, so yeah, that's what we're sipping today. Before I dive into any of our topics, what do you want to talk about on that email? Because let's let it happen. A lot has happened since we have been on the air. So talk to me.
I have so much I can talk about now. I have so much I can talk about. We can go back to Joey if you want. We can go back to Joey. Hilarious.
Oh, for fun!
Really?
So, guys, we
can start talking shit again.
Oh, good. About fucking time, because when we couldn't talk smack, I was like, "What are you doing, Meg?" But that's okay. I support you and I love you. I just, as a friend, I want the best for you always. So I'm like a big brother to you, and that's how you and I interact with each other, is brother sister. So except I'm not the kind of big brother that wants to like cross check you in hockey. I'm just trying to. Without physically harming you, knock sense into you. But I'm glad that sense was bestowed upon you by someone. So talk to me. What's going on?
we can tie it all together. I don't know.
You can tie it all together.
Obviously, Joey a lot more chances. Yeah, I can. I gave him a lot more chances than I should have.
Okay.
We had given it a pretty long break, and then he kind of popped back in. I want to say mid-February.
Okay.
Late or early April. I'm not sure when.
Wow, that's a big difference, Megan.
He pops back in, and things seem to be good. I know.
Sorry.
It wasn't Valentine's Day. I know that. So things seem to be going okay. I mean, he was still doing things that were annoying. And then, as per usual, he had a new job. He seemed to be like getting it together. He lost some weight. So I'm thinking, okay, well, maybe this is a better version of him. As per usual, it starts disintegrating into shit. And he was very complaining about this podcast, and he would listen to it even though I told him not to. And I was just like, well, don't be a dick. But long story short, I find out that I'm being displaced in my job, which means that I teach, and it means that I'm tenured, but they're getting rid of my entire program, and I'm the only teacher in the program. So because I'm tenured, they do have to place me, but it's like being unemployed. I still have to actively, send in resumes and do interviews. So I'm stressed because it's like you are used to going and doing the same thing, and you kind of have a family and a work, and you've been doing it a long time. And then they just kind of rip it out from under you, and you have no idea what's going to happen. And so that happens. I'm in the middle of the play that I was doing.
Kind of like Joey's tooth was ripped out from his face. And, anyway, sorry, I'm trying to throw a tooth dig at him at some point. So, okay, so you're doing the play. You get, you find out you're being displaced.
So I'm stressed. I get the news. Yes. And they just gave, LAUSD teachers a huge raise. So it's not like I can just be like, screw you, I'm out. I would like to have that raise. It's going to be worth it, especially with my master's degree. So I kind of just have to suck it up and go wherever they tell me. I could be driving to Compton. I could be driving to Venice. And, living in Hollywood, I know people who aren't from here, it's daunting to think about. Every day my commute's about 20 minutes, which is fine. There's still some traffic, but now I don't know. And I don't really have a choice. So that's stressful. The play is stressful. The play was really stressing me out because I hadn't done one in a long time. But Joey's going to come to it, and everything's going to be he's going to get me through it. And he's trying to be supportive. And then he has a mental breakdown. And I shit you not, he on a whim quits his job with no notice.
What the fuck?
Calls me. And I know. And he tells me he sent an email and he's not going back. Fuck that place. And I was like, you loved it 3 days ago. What the hell? And then he tells me he has all these money issues and blah, blah, blah. And then I flash back to the weekend when we had breakfast, and I'm talking about saving money at breakfast. And he's ordering, 3 extra eggs, a side of a waffle flight. And I'm just and 3 mimosas. I only had coffee because that's what I can afford. And he's sitting here saying he doesn't have any money. He's out of money. He's way more in debt. Shocking. He lied about how much debt he has. Shocking. And he's way more in debt than I thought. His interest rate on a credit card is almost 30%. I'm pretty sure.
Jesus Christ.
On this one that he owes on. Yeah. And so he has a mental breakdown. He says he never has money. He's going to go home and get his gold from his dad.
I thought you were going to say from some false gold teeth. There's no false gold teeth in there?
Yeah,
I mean, if only those teeth were gold.
Apparently his dad has gold stashed away for him.
Good.
So I'm like, okay, well, when are you planning on doing that? And he's like, oh, tomorrow. And I'm like, did you forget I was in a play? Because that's this weekend or next weekend, 2 weekends. And he's like, oh, I'll be back before then. And I was like, did you forget I got us a reservation at Pastoli to do the tableside, whatever they do, the tableside duck where they use the whole duck. And that's a $500 meal. And we planned on this. Did you forget that I got that reservation for us? And he's like, I just really have to do this. So he goes, and I try to be patient, and I'm stressed as fuck. I'm alone. I'm doing the show. I'm looking for jobs. I'm teaching, 100 something, 11 to 14-year-olds a day. You want to talk about stress? Like, your rent's $1,000, you piece of shit. They're raising mine from $2,400 to $2,600 a month. And I have no say in that. But you're right. You're right. You're stressed, you 51-year-old fuck. So he leaves me and he goes, and he still is not back. He missed my plays, clearly, both weekends, and haven't heard from him in 2 weeks. And this is like, God's sign to me, like, he can't slap me in the face any harder than this. Like,
are
what
we sure?
Are you doing? I'm trying to cuss less.
I've felt you've been on the brink before, and he's reappeared. No. He's fucking David Copperfield his way into reappearing. So.
Mm-hmm. No, I'm so disgusted. I have the ick. I'm disgusted by him. I'm looking at his choices. And it hit me that, this is kind of a small town when it comes to bartending. And, his managers are good friends with the people who bartend over here in Hollywood. So they got to hear about this from them, not me, and how effed up it was that he just left with no notice. And I'm just like, what do you think you're going to do now? And it's not going to be with me.
Well, good.
So I'm stressed. But he's out of my life and I'm stress free now, and he can suck it. He can suck it.
Good.
What a terrible human being. He's just a terrible human being.
So what have we learned today?
So self-absorbed.
Avoid terrible human beings as much as you can.
I
was
going to say I learned something else today too.
Uh-oh. I'm scared to ask. What did you learn?
I learned that at my school, they lock us in pretty much. Like, we can't get in and out of our building to our cars easily at any time. And the amount of times I've left my keys in my classroom and had to walk like half a mile around the entire school, check in there and go back in and then go back out. I just started stupidly, because no one ever told me not to, leaving my keys in my Prius during the day, because they lock it. They lock the gates. Turns out that drains your battery because it's always looking for your fob. And I didn't know that. And so my car doesn't turn. I'm having the best day ever. I worked out. I got a smoothie and my car just does not turn on Hollywood Boulevard after I got my smoothie. I even got the straw I wanted, because usually the smoothie place has bamboo straws that are really woody and they hurt my teeth. And they had a secret stash for me. And I was like, today's going to be awesome. And I go to my car to turn it on and
wow.
Talk about stress, Joey. Come back and deal with that. He doesn't even have a car. Why would he ever?
Yeah, that's right.
Anyway.
Yeah.
There's everything I've been holding back.
Well, I mean, I'm glad we got that out. Now I just want to create like an AI video of you sitting or like laying on a on a psychiatrist couch, like going through this, and then me just sitting there as like Sigmund Freud psychiatrist, like with a pipe, just like and like taking notes. I think I'm gonna make an AI video of this beat. It's been a crazy few weeks, guys. For me, a dad update. My dad update is that there is no update. My dad is the same. I'm unfortunate. I'm talking to him less and less. So days and days will go by where, he's not necessarily physically capable of speaking or being understandable. And then when he is, the timing has just been terrible. Like I was very lucky to be at BottleRock over Memorial Day weekend, which is that Napa concert that happens, that 3-day concert that you may have heard me mention before. And right in the middle of one of the shows is when I get the call. And I'm wearing my Meta glasses, and those are my Bluetooth headphones as well, which they're great when you're not at a concert. But when you're at a concert, it's really hard to understand somebody with dementia and Alzheimer's trying to speak to you. Let's just say it's hard to understand anybody trying to speak to you, let alone somebody with those illnesses. So my dad update is that I have no update, except that it's this really, I think nothing in life will prepare you. I'm very lucky that I have 2 older brothers that were really close. But nothing in your life will prepare you for having and I'm not trying to say that it's nonchalant, but you get to a point where you start to have like these nonchalant conversations about funeral services and about things like that, and just like preparation, and nothing, speaking of preparation, will prepare you in life for having to have those conversations and have to have them as like a matter of fact kind of thing. And I've been having those lately, and it's just weird. It's just this weird, like I'm walking around with like a perpetual knot in my stomach, and it's not like it's just like a, you know, sometimes we have those heavy knots in our stomach, which I can imagine you probably had like butterflies or knots in your stomach about the play. But imagine like a nice, like really lump at the pit of your stomach that's just hanging out with you. And that's kind of like how it's been. But so I did have some positive things that happened in the last few weeks since we were last on. It's been a whirlwind. I've been to Miami, New York, Mexico, and Napa Valley. And I am beyond fried. My body is just like, and that compounding everything of having to deal with family stuff, I'm just like on another level of exhaustion, right? So, but on a positive note, tell me if this sounds tasty to you. At BottleRock, like the bite of BottleRock, you know, it's like, to me, it's like a food festival now disguised as a music festival, because some of the world's most famous chefs they have like a culinary stage, and they'll get like one of the artists performing with one of the chefs, and they'll do like a culinary demo, and it's super fun. Like I saw John Stamos with Trey Cool from Green Day, and they were it was super fun. It was crazy shit. Anyway, this was the bite of the festival. Tell me how this sounds to you. A lobster corn dog with caviar.
Sounds great.
So
was it good or
it
no?
was fucking delicious. It was so good. I was like,
cool.
I was on the fence. I was like, how does this sound? And it's from there's a restaurant in Napa called Press. It's very like fine dining, wonderful freaking restaurant right there on Highway 29, and it's behind or adjacent to Press is like this new museum in Napa, and behind there, where that museum is now, used to be a Dean and DeLuca. So like a fancy gourmet market, and it had like hot foods or whatever, and then it changed names to something else, and then that didn't do well. That closed. The front portion of that store became this beautiful museum, and what would have been the hot food section of that store is now partitioned, and it's a bakery / like lunch restaurant place called Understudy, and it's affiliated with that fine. It's like if French Laundry had a bakery / whatever that was kind of affiliated with it. Not on the level of French Laundry, but you get the picture. And this dish was their signature dish at BottleRock, and holy Megan, it was so good that when BottleRock was over, I went to eat breakfast at this Understudy place 3 times because I wanted to try everything. Their croissants, their chocolate croissants, their fucking breakfast, everything was just phenomenal. But that bite, and it was expensive. It was a $35 corn dog at a food festival. Excuse me. Well, you know, at the exactly, that's the face. But the amount of caviar that was on that corn dog, the amount of like lobster that was in there, it was just this like beautiful, like 5 or 6 bites of just like, you had to try it. You know what I mean? Like it was one of those where it went kind of viral, and normally I'm anti any of those like food things that go viral. I'm like, that's cheesy, I don't want to try it. This one I'm like, all right, it's lobster and caviar, let me give it a go. And it was freaking it worked. It was like, it delivered.
Nice.
You know? I was gonna ask you. So I want, like, let's say you went to Napa, right? And you did BottleRock, and you had like your perfect, let's say, pairing. And what I'm referring to is that like you had an artist, you had a chef that did a demo, and then you had a bottle of something, and you could pick any 3. What would they be?
I don't know. I don't know. I've never been to BottleRock, so does everybody just
no, like any
is
artist,
it all
like
artists? Like, is it musicians?
yeah, would it be like Taylor Swift, Thomas Keller, and a bottle of this? If you could pick your perfect 3 to see and have at BottleRock.
Well, just because this is why I asked, because I've never been there. Because to me, it sounds like a place where I would want Adam Perry Lang there.
Okay, APL.
Grilling.
I like that. Okay.
For me.
Okay.
His, like, yeah. His
and what music
steaks
artist?
Yeah,
Would
a
you want
giant
to
steak.
perform?
Well, Alanis
Okay.
Morissette.
Amazing. Yeah, good call. And then what would you drink?
And then I would just it's barbecue, so it's beer. I would do beer.
Okay. Is there a beer?
I would do
Yeah, what beer?
Blue Moon.
Okay. That
Blue
sounds like
Moon
a killer
barbecue.
So
Alanis Morissette.
like one of his bone-in ribeyes that he does, that APL does?
Yeah, maybe that, or his rib, like just a mixture of all of his stuff, because he'll just do like ribs or lamb. He'll just do it all day. And I wouldn't want to spend any money on it. Just hand it to me.
You know what's funny?
That would be ideal.
And and I'll tell him this whenever we have him on the show. But there is so who Megan is referring to is Adam Perry Lang. He's like a master barbecue. Like watching this guy make barbecue is like special. He's just, and watching him butcher what he makes is also just stupendous. And also there's like there's a musical quality to the way that he cuts food. And if you go to I think it's like Adam Perry Lang on Instagram or whatever, he always plays like 80s or 90s hip hop. Sometimes they're obscure hip hop songs, and he's like chopping the ribs and shit to the beat of the music, and it's kind of fucking awesome. I will watch his I will consume
it's so good.
all those videos and get me like, I will tell you so this.
Well, I went.
Yeah, go ahead.
No, I went to when he was. It wasn't where he's at now, because he's at, I think it's called Gin Rummy in Venice. He does pop-ups on the weekend. Mm-hmm. But before, he was way down like in El Segundo or somewhere. And I went once by myself to get in line and get one of these entrees. But and I even talked to him, and I told him, you don't cater to single people at all. Because, I mean, if you want to go down there and get it, he makes it look very appealing. It looks really delicious. But it's like, you get ribs, it's like $62. And that's, ribs enough to feed a few people. But I was like, it's just me. He was like, get some friends. And I was like, thanks.
He's got like the driest sense of humor.
It doesn't cater to that.
No.
I know. Get some friends.
Yeah. I had a few other bites at BottleRock. They were all great. Just the stuff from Understudy, like really. And they also had these fucking poke nachos that were stupid fresh. And like, it was just so good. Some of the people I got. So first of all, guys, if you've never been to a music festival, BottleRock, I've been to a handful of music festivals. I think bar none, BottleRock is the best one I've ever been to. I don't give a shit about Coachella. You're in the desert. You're choking on dust all day. BottleRock is just the best. It was a mix of everything. In the span of this weekend, I got to see artists from like Kool and the Gang, Bush, Somber, New Kids on the Block, Foo Fighters, Ludacris, Busta Rhymes. It was just like such an eclectic mix. And then I even got to see Izzy. Oh my God, Izzy. Oh shit, I can't remember her name right now. It's like Izzy Mendoza or Izzy. She is in the new Devil Wears Prada movie. Like, she has a song that's in the soundtrack. And this girl has got... Izzy Escobar is her name. There we go. Izzy Escobar. I got to see her perform at like 1 p.m. It was, in the middle of the day she performed. And this girl kicked ass. It's going to be one of those where like 2 years ago she was at the 1 p.m. stage. And now she's on the main stage. You know what I mean? She's got a lot of potential. So I think for anybody who is in that world and you want like good food too, the food is just as much the rock star as the rock stars that were there. It was just friggin' awesome. I hope Alanis does BottleRock.
Nice.
I've never seen Alanis at BottleRock. I've seen her one time, but it was here in Pasadena. Man,
I saw her at the Hollywood Bowl with my mom. Oh yeah.
So speaking of fresh, since we have seen each other, Megan, I had severe, terrible.
I'm so sick of hearing this shit from you. I'm so stop eating oysters in Napa, Eddie. You can't do it. Give it a fucking rest. You're done.
So
you're cut off.
Would you eat oysters on a Monday?
Not Napa, apparently. Never. I will never eat oysters in Napa. Ever.
So, guys, I had a wonderful meal last Monday, except part of that meal was 3 oysters. And something in one of those 3 oysters made me, in a span of 2 days, lose 6.5 pounds. And it was just awful. And, you know, the old myth is like historically food deliveries happen later in the week. So don't, you know, by the time you get to Monday, it's the stuff that's not as fresh, blah, blah, blah. And, man, I don't know. Have you had like a terrible food poisoning experience?
If any of my bosses are listening to this, then yes, but no, not really.
Oh, man. And the crazy part is like, man, Megan, I have like an ironclad stomach. It's the it's been oysters twice.
No, you don't. I do.
No.
I eat like 10 pounds of crawfish a week right now.
Yeah, but those are cooked.
And the spiciest sauce. You can't beat my stomach. Yeah, well.
Those are cooked, you know?
You're not allowed. You're not allowed. Guess where I'm going for my birthday?
I know where you're going for your birthday because I've met you there for your birthday before, and there were beers and shells and No?
No, I'm going to surprise you. Are you ready for it?
Taco Bell?
I'm going to Cato.
Hell yeah, bravo. I haven't been there yet. I've heard it's amazing. Guys, Cato is one of the top restaurants in LA, and it's also in like I think it's in like the 50 best in the US, if I'm not mistaken. If it's not 50 best bars, I'm the worst at any of these lists. I think they're all bullshit. But anyway, those lists are great to help businesses. So I'm all for it. I just, I think they're all bullshit. That's cool. You're going to Cato. Ooh, that's going to be good.
Well, they have I didn't notice it before, so I don't know if it's newer because I always look at their prices. It's usually like $300, $400, 10 course, 8 course, whatever. And they have a bar menu that's still like 8 courses for like $185 in the $90 pairing, which I have not seen that there before. So I'm doing that.
That's not unreasonable. I mean, it's a lot of money.
Then I'm going to be in debt.
Times are tough, but still.
For
Cato, no, that's not unreasonable.
Yeah.
Like I know how hard times are right now. Like I had a rental car. So guys, I drive an electric car, but I had a rental car up in Napa, and I went to go fill up the fucking tank before dropping it off at the airport. And holy Christ, it was like $80-something to fill a Nissan Sentra. And I was like, I've never been happier to have an electric car in my entire life than dealing with that. But so, Meg, I don't know if I had food poisoning.
But even my Prius right now, my Prius Compact is $60 right now, $50 to $60. Just so you know, just to fill my Prius, that small thing I have. So it's just sad. It's tough. So I saved for this. I'm not going to Boston this summer. I saved for this meal. Like, this is my one birthday dinner. If anyone wants to donate,
no,
my Venmo is MegTrit88.
No, Eddie's gonna take you out.
Me.
Eddie's gonna take you out to a birthday dinner as well. We just gotta coordinate. But Eddie's gonna take you. Eddie's gonna go pick you up and surprise you and take your ass out to a birthday dinner. No, I'm not taking you to fucking Crawfish. I'm gonna surprise you, mother effer. So I have a funny story that happened to me in Mexico. So I was grateful, and I had the opportunity to go to Mexico. I went to Tequilera Los Ambiques, and I got to tour like a tequila distillery, which was really cool. I went to one last summer. This was a totally different experience. More specifically, I got to try Tequila Ocho, and which you may have seen in back bars here in LA. It's a pretty popular tequila brand. But I love, like you, Megan, I love learning about new food, new beverages, whatever. And as much as I love tequilas like Patron and ¿cómo se llama? Fortaleza, like I love those brands of tequilas. One thing I thought that was really cool about Tequila Ocho is that their motto is they're a lot like wine, in the sense where the tequila is estate driven, meaning every year it's going to taste different because it's like a bottle of wine, and it's based on the terroir, so the soil, the earth of where that tequila comes from, and they're all like what they would refer to as single estate. So if you like this particular bottle, it'll, have writing on, it was this batch, it's from this piece of property this year. And if you like that, get a bunch of it, because the next time you buy from there, it's not going to taste the same. So their motto is more about it's quality, but not necessarily consistency. And I thought that was super duper interesting. But anyway, I am at this distillery, and let's just say I'm hanging with the folks that own it. I'm hanging with a group of journalists, and we are going through this full-on tequila tasting starting at like 1 p.m. Megan, and we are drinking some like primo stuff, some stuff that hasn't come out yet that I can't say on the air what it is, some like really rare barrel-aged stuff. Like, it was really cool, and I geek out about all that shit. So fast forward, we have the most because the portions there, Megan, are like Adam Perry Lang portions times 2 for lunch. Like, I had a filet for lunch, and it was the size, and I'm not exaggerating, of a softball was the size of my filet. And I ate like 3/4 of it, and I was just like up to here, like the gas tank full, like in the cartoon where the eyes like fill up on Bugs Bunny or whatever the fuck. Keep on drinking. Mind you, we're about an hour and a half away from Guadalajara is where the hotel is from the distillery. So we have this like we're overlooking at the sunset. We're tasting some really primo stuff. We're having a blast, and I'm really good. I'm sipping a little bit like I'm not finishing full glass, but we've had a bit. Fast forward, we're riding back, and this bus, van, whatever, we're singing karaoke at the top of our lungs. Everybody's taking turns. We're doing karaoke on the bus. This bus is rattling and shaking and whatever. I get back to my hotel, and we're supposed to continue to go out. Eddie doesn't make it to that point. I proceed to lay down and pass out. So, good news. I passed out. Wonderful. No, not so good news. I wake up at some point in the middle of the night, and thankfully, I didn't have a Jimi Hendrix where I choked on my own puke, because I jumped up and I could not make it to the bathroom. So some got on me, some got on the bed, some got on the floor of the bathroom.
Oh God,
Megan, it was. The base vegetable with the steak I had for lunch was roasted beets. So
no, you can stop.
Hold on.
You can fucking stop.
I'm gonna stop.
This is a food podcast. You're going to disgust all of us.
I don't care. It was a murder scene. So the next day, I am beyond embarrassed. I'm cleaning everything. I grab all the cash that I have, and I put it on the bed. I apologize profusely, and I go upon my merry way. But I did my best. Like, I cleaned the floors. I cleaned everything. Fast forward, I go back to the hotel to get a ride to the airport. And this is the funniest part. This is the most embarrassing part. So, the people who led this group, as we all meet up to take our shuttle to the airport, I said, "Man, I'm so sorry. I got really, really sick last night, and I made a mess in the room, and I did my best to clean it up. I am so sorry. I left extra money. I had like $80 or whatever the heck I had cash. I just left all of it to whoever was cleaning the room." And the person I told it to, they're like, "Oh, so you got nauseous?" And I go, yeah. He goes, "Oh, huh." See, because when I went to check everyone out, there was a small cleaning fee. And I was like, "Oh my God, I'm so sorry. I'll pay for that." He's like, No, it's not about that. He goes, "So you just got nauseous?" And I go, "Yeah." And he's like, "Oh, I guess something was lost in translation, because when I checked everyone out, they didn't know how to explain that in English, and I don't speak very good Spanish. So she told me that you shit the bed." So, for a few hours, this poor guy thought that I must have just had like explosiveness all over this room. And for the first time, I was like super proud to say, I'm like, no, it wasn't that. I was just nauseous. And so yeah. So let's just say they thought I shit the bed, but I did not. Eddie did not shit the bed this time. Yeah, so it's been
Wow.
I know, Megan. I know it was a lot. Yeah, sorry for the folks listening at home, but I have to. It's a confession. It's a confession, and it was really.
Yeah.
And have you ever gotten car sick like that?
I get car sick anyways,
Oh,
but
you do.
I don't throw up. I don't add alcohol to that.
I don't.
Yeah.
In general, get car sick because I'm usually the one driving. But oh my God, Megan, like it was terrible.
Yeah.
I'm not going to spoil this for anybody, but I do want to bring this up because I was watching the show when I got back in town, and I was so moved by the series finale of Hacks. Do you watch Hacks?
I haven't seen it. I do, but I have not seen it. So
Okay.
I haven't seen this last season. So.
You haven't seen this last season. That's fine. I was just gonna
Don't give it away.
I'm not giving away anything, and I'm not gonna give away anything at all. But I do want to say it is probably like in my top 10 greatest series finales I have ever watched. I was just so moved by the end of the show. It was like the perfect. I don't know. It was the perfect ending. And do you have a show that you consider that you ever watched that was like, this was the perfect show from beginning to end?
Nip Tuck, maybe. I feel like I have a thing about Nip Tuck and the timing of my life and when it came out, and then when it ended. So I don't know, but The Boys ending was pretty great. The last season of The Boys, I just finished that. So
I have that. I haven't started that, so I'm waiting for that now. That's my new. I'm also watching a show called Widow's Bay.
I mean, I was angry, but it was really good. I know I started it, couldn't finish it. So.
Widow's Bay, it's scary. I was watching it, and I'm like, man, I don't know if I've watched like the first 4 or 5 episodes, and I know a few of them. I know one of them for sure wasn't. But a few of those episodes were, it looks like there was directed by a name that looked Japanese. And I was like, Japanese people just know horror and know how to create suspense and scare the shit out of you. And that if you haven't watched Widows, it's freaking, I was thinking of like so for me, the greatest show ever beginning to end was 6 Feet Under. Like, that show, I'm glad that I watched it and finished it before my mom passed away. But I could probably watch it now. It's been 20 years. But that's one of the greatest shows I've ever watched. Now, do you have any? I have some Hall of Shame show finales.
Do it. Say them.
All right. Game of Thrones. That finale was the biggest piece of shit ever. For such a good show.
They could have ended on Arya winning everything, and that would have been better.
I know.
Because that's more memorable than the end of that series.
It was terrible.
Arya coming back and doing her thing. Yeah.
The other one that always sticks out to me is Dexter. The series finale of the first series of Dexter.
But it's not really gone, is it?
No. But when you were watching it at the time, you're like, oh, Dexter dresses like a lumberjack and gets in a boat and drives into a fucking hurricane. It is the dumbest series finale I've ever seen. Right? Do you remember that? First of all, nobody in Florida wears plaid. Even the only time people were wearing plaid in Florida was when I was a kid in the early 90s, and there was the grunge era, and they had seen fucking Eddie Vedder and Kurt Cobain wear plaid. That's the only time kids were wearing plaid or anybody was wearing plaid in South Florida, let alone freaking Dexter. So stupid. That pissed me off so much. How do you feel, and if you saw this, how do you feel about The Sopranos ending?
Didn't see it. Never watched Sopranos. I started watching the first season when we started doing this podcast, and I haven't gone back since. Because Brad Williams came on, right? And he told us that it's like his favorite show. And he said he wishes he could go back and watch it from the beginning in my eyes. And so I did start doing it. And then I just got too busy and there was too much good TV coming out. So it's old. It's great, but it's old.
I don't know. It's a funny. I had an interesting realization when I was in Napa this last week. Was it probably the food poisoning is what brought me clarity. Because man, let me tell you, 6.5 pounds feels real good now. I'm like, oh, these pants feel so much better. I've always like fantasized about living up there and what it would be like to live like on a vineyard and like just, you know, you walk outside, you pour some wine, and then I was like, well, what would happen in this place if let's say for some reason I could not drink wine again. I couldn't, let's say the doctor's like, look, dude, if wine or alcohol touches your lips again, you're going to drop dead tomorrow. I'm going to stop, right? What would I do in Napa? I would be miserable out of my freaking mind. And I was like, well, maybe this is no longer the perfect place for me. So I was curious, Megan, besides where you live now, if you could live anywhere in the world, where would it be and why? I'm getting deep with you here.
Ireland.
Yeah? Why?
Ireland is green and peaceful, and it seems pretty under the radar. It just seems nice. And it'd be the opposite of where I am now.
Anywhere specifically in Ireland or just Ireland in general?
Galway was pretty peaceful. Just a small town. Like if I were to do something differently in my life, that would probably be the change I'd make, is go to just kind of a hideaway, nice town, not Greeley, but like someplace like that. But I would never. I belong here. I like it here.
I don't know. I feel the same. Like I belong here.
How about you?
I belong here. I love it here, and you know I still fantasize about living a part of my life. I don't know. I wouldn't want to give up where I live here, but I would love to be able to spend a month over there and maybe a month over, you know, or 6 months here and 6 months somewhere else. If I was granted that luxury, if I could do that. And Spain is the place that calls to me. More prominently, just the southern coast of Spain. Whether it's Barcelona, I love that city. I don't know if I could live there now. It's changed a lot in the 20 plus years since I've been going there, and not good or bad. It's just different. So, I think Spain. I think Spain. I like the idea of being able to speak the language in a foreign country and getting around and whatnot. But I think if you took even the wine away, I would still enjoy. I have to like literally measure stuff now. I'm like, if you take the wine away, would I still be able to enjoy this place? And southern Spain has a lot of similar weather to us here in LA. It's just a lot cheaper, and I feel the food is just better.
Well, go.
I have.
Go.
Megan's just trying to get rid of me.
No, go live there.
Fine, we'll go then.
Live there.
No
go. One's stopping you.
You go then. We'll go then. What's the most important thing for you? Is it the like peace and calm? Is it the food, the weather, like walkability? Forget cost. I mean, cost has a factor, of course. But like, what would be the most important thing for you?
Weather and walkability.
Okay. Weather and walkability. I mean, the weather in Ireland ain't great, but you can definitely walk around and freeze your ass off.
The weather is pretty good. It's not that cold. What are you talking about?
What?
It's beautiful.
Oh, it's beautiful, but it is cold and windy.
Ireland is not that cold.
When did you go to Ireland?
Not when I was there.
Well, yeah, fair. How long were you there?
Oh, the end of...
You're like, I was there in August.
The end of May?
Oh, it's starting to shift. So yeah, you probably got some really good weather. I remember when I was in Dublin. I've been to Dublin 2 times, and I happened to catch good weather when I was there. And Dublin is like, it reminded me of Chicago, where like the fact that sun was out like blazing, people were just like, I'm gonna tan at the park. Anybody, like everywhere you would go that there was grass and like an open area, there would be somebody with red hair and freckles, beet red, like in some kind of bathing suit or trousers, whatever, trunks, and just like getting sun and tanning. I was like, okay. I like seeing people that appreciate sun. We take that for granted here so much in LA that it's like, Megan, did you vote yet? Tomorrow's election day.
What is this going to end ever? We are covering every topic ever.
Why are you such a hater?
I'm tired, Eddie. We have to talk about elections. I haven't voted.
I'm not telling you about elections. I'm just asking you if you voted. Chill the fuck. I don't care who you voted for.
No, I don't care anymore. I feel like I voted for the right president and he didn't, she didn't, they didn't win. I don't even remember who ran anymore.
Go fucking vote.
Kamala.
Go fucking vote.
I'm done voting.
No.
I'm done.
Go fucking vote.
I'm done.
Go fucking vote.
Not doing any good.
Go fucking vote. All right. On that note,
anyway,
please buy Megan a drink.
Did you vote any?
Fuck yes. My family's from Cuba. They're not allowed to vote. They weren't allowed to vote. They sacrificed their entire, they upheaved their entire lives to go to a place where they could vote. Whether you win or lose, you at least have the option. So, yes. Whether I agree with who wins or who doesn't win, I will always vote. It doesn't matter. I will always frickin' vote because I owe it to my parents. So, yes, I will always vote. But that's just,
There you go.
That's just me. Anyway, guys, please rate, review, subscribe. Check out WTSO, our sponsor. They are our sponsor for a reason because we sincerely like their stuff and just their products. They're really great. So, anyway, see you next week. Kill the Bottle Podcast. Bye.